So the important thing here is first you want to create, please. First you want to create scapular mobilization. First you want to create a scapular mobilization. We'll do one thing. We'll go there itself. Okay. We'll do some upper extremity mobilization. Go to.
أكو بصور يا سي بصور قضية الدراسة.
So first we will see the, so now we have seen strategies to, strategies for upper trunk and lower trunk mobilization. Upper trunk and lower trunk mobilization. Now we will see the strategies to improve upper extremity mobilization. We want to mobilize upper extremity. The first part to be mobilized in upper extremity is scapula. Scapula. Okay. So you hold the upper limb with your palm. With your palm, place this palm over the scapula. Over the scapula. Here, you know this, between thenar and hypothenar. I'll show you. Here, say this is inferior angle of scapula. What is this? Inferior angle of scapula. So your web space, it has to hold the inferior angle of scapula, and the other part fingers were spread over the scapula. Then you have to do elevation, depression, and what are the other things? Abduction, adduction. Abduction, adduction, elevation, you feel that? And depression. Elevation, depression. This is for what? This is to avoid the restriction of scapula. Restriction of scapula. Once if restricted scapula, then you won't get any vein in the upper limb. To avoid that, you want to give mobilization of scapula. So you can hold like this, okay, or in your convenient posture with your web space. Go for scapula. Relax. Be relaxed. Okay, for him finding scapula is very tough task. Relax. Okay. So hold the web space. Then see elevation, depression, abduction, adduction, abduction, adduction, elevation, depression. Okay. So this is what scapular mobilization. First one is scapular mobilization. And next one, you should never, in acute stage, I am telling acute stage, never take the upper extremity more than 90 degrees. Never take, don't do passive movement up to here. In acute stage, always up to 90 degrees. If you go more than 90 degrees, there is no movement of scapula, so humerus will go and struck. So what is the muscle that is affected? Supraspinatus. Supraspinatus impairment, and patient will get pain and all. Okay, so in initial stages, acute stages, never take the hand more than 90 degrees. Okay, for initial mobilization, okay, clasping, see, okay, 2 fingers over here and 2 fingers. Okay, so for initial mobilization, you can go up to 90 degrees. Okay, so next in sitting, wait. So can I have table? Can you get that? So for initial, say here stroke people. I will give you. Okay, initially the stroke people, let it be as left hand is affected. Okay, bending to that side, everything will be drooped. They will be sitting like this. So do you see? If now I will show you an example. Now just trunk. Okay. Now lift your both hands up. So this is the maximum range. Yeah, please. This is the maximum range you are going to get, okay, if the trunk is in flexed posture. Now, this is the range which he will get when his trunk is in extended posture. It's not extended, it's a normal. Okay, generally, but in case of stroke people, what will happen? They are like this. Now, how much range you will expect here? This much. Okay. Now, I will show you this also. Now, lift your both hands. Lift, lift. Which one is getting more?
Right, right.
So now what you have to correct here, before going to that, it's very important for you to correct the trunk. Only then you can get the shoulder. So what is the important component for your stroke people is trunk. Why they are not maintaining the trunk? What might be the problem? Which muscle is important? They are like this. What is the muscles that are not holding him here? Abdominals, extensors. What muscles of extensors? Multifidus. Multifidus. So again, what you have to do? Again, you have to strengthen the abdominals and extensors, and also gluteals. And also gluteals. If there is no gluteals, he will go like that. Okay. So gluteals, gluteal. What gluteal muscle is important? Gluteus. What? Gluteus medius or maximus or minimus?
Maximus.
Gluteus maximus and medius. Gluteus maximus and medius. And abdominals and extensors. If they are not there, they will drop like that. Okay. So again, important muscles are abdominal, internal oblique and external oblique muscles, back extensor muscles, and gluteus medius and maximus. Okay. So before going to sitting posture, you want to at least activate those muscles. If you are not activating, never patient will come to this. Okay. So now after doing this, after arranging this, okay, then you can get the upper extremity. So again you have to position here. So where and all you have to give support. You have to give support here for trunk. You have to give support for shoulder. Then you have to encourage for range of motion. Very simple thing. If you have a table, it's very simple. Ask him, just move front and back. Move front. See what will happen to when he is moving forward. What will happen if he is moving forward? Move forward. Move, move, move. He is facilitating shoulder flexion. He is facilitating shoulder flexion. Come back. Then again move forward. So here you no need to do any movement. If you just ask the person to come forward and backward, that itself will maintain the mobilization of shoulder. You no need to drag. Okay, just moving forward and backward. Okay, so this is for mobilization of shoulder, flexion mobilization. How will you mobilize for abduction? Abduction. Sideline. Okay, so the same way, I am holding here. Can you move this way? No. Can you come? Okay, back. Put it on my leg. Okay, for abduction. Okay, this is for abduction. Okay, what next? Is there anything you can do for this? So this is for flexion. What are the important things what we need for shoulder is flexion and abduction is very important. If you want to reach something, we need this. So you are going to facilitate it in table, using a table. So before going to that, very important thing is trunk, then support the shoulder and activate this. You understand? This is in acute stages. This is in very acute stages. If you are not going to support, you give a proper support for that, hold that and give this. Okay. Next, once if a person got some control, okay, you can give some towel, put some powder, and ask him to do some range of motion exercises. You understand what I'm doing? Polishing table, put some powder, or give some cloth, ask him to do. This is what tabletop polishing. What do you call this? Tabletop polishing. Moving forward, backward with the table. Okay, on the table. Okay, first one is tabletop positioning and moving the body front and on the sides to improve flexion and abduction. Next is tabletop polishing. Even he can do for elbow flexion and extension. Okay, so this is about upper extremity mobilization. Upper extremity mobilization. Now we will see lower extremity mobilization. Head up. So how will you mobilize lower limb? What component is very important here? Huh? What component is? Pelvis is very important. Without pelvis, no control for. Then again here also trunk is very important. Trunk is very important. So how can you train for this thing is first one. It is there in your manual. Bridging exercise. What is that? Bridging exercise. So here you have to make the, wherever you go, any hospital, wherever you go, first thing what a physiotherapist will do on the stroke patient is bridging. Okay, so you have to do this thing. Understood? Bridging is very important. Why? Why bridging? Means lift your pelvis up. This is bridging. Very simple, na? This is bridging. But to get bridging in stroke, very hard. Why? Because they can't lift. Okay, how will you make them to lift this? How will you make them to lift this? So the first one is in acute stages. In acute stages, hold. Okay, you have to do that passive. Why? It's very hard. Okay? You have to drag and lift. Very hard. Okay? This is first you have to initiate for bridging. Initiating and bridging. Okay? Initiating and bridging. Okay? Next,